Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Ask That Podcast here on YouTube. I'm your host, Newt. What's going on? Look at that. There's the chewed nails. That's how you know it's me. You see them hairy-ass hands with them badly chewed nails. And I'll explain the nails real quick. I was a heavy smoker for too many years. Like I started when I was in high school, so at least 15, 16, somewhere around there. And by the time I quit when I was 33, 34, somewhere around there, I was up to 2 packs a day. And that was 2 packs Camel non-filters if I could find them. If not, it was Camel Wides. If I couldn't find them, I just got regular Camel. So I'm smoking a strong cigarette. When I quit, I got to where, I always chewed my nails, but I got to where I chewed my nails hardcore. So instead of smoking a cigarette, I chewed my nails. But that was a little bit of my past year. This was also a little bit of the past year. I'm going to talk about probably my favorite. I wouldn't consider this an obscure home video format at all. To me, this is like, oh, I had this in the house, for years and years. But to most people, they're like, what? Because think about this. Most people never own this. And that would be Betamax. Yes, that is Betamax. Matter of fact, give me 2 seconds. I will find a VHS tape to prove this. Just give me a few seconds. I've got a couple laying around. Can you hear me, hopefully? If not, well, you should be able to hear me now. I'm closer to the mic. I think I'm slugged. But, that's just VHS tape. No, that's VHS tape. That's a VHS tape. This is Betamax. Betamax came out first. Better picture, better sound. You put less on the tape. What got Beta over, the only reason Beta is, if you worked in the news field, you probably remember Betamax. They used Betamax cameras sometime up in some areas up until the late 90s, early 2000s, because they have better picture quality, they're smaller, they're lighter. And you'll see some, I'll show you something real quick. Like on a Beta tape, you only ever saw one of the reels 90% of the time. All right, so that's my Phantasm. And that is an original. And you will see it's got the price sticker back there. Need some light over here badly. Let me try something. There, that's better. That was found at a local junk store. It's not open anymore, and I think the guy wanted like $3 or $4. And the woman at the desk reminded us, this won't play on your VCR? I was like, well, we'll play in mine, man. She goes, will? It'll play on your VCR? I'm like, well, yeah, I have a Betamax VCR and a VHS. The Phantasm's been played more than once. It looks good. I don't really think it's an extra rental. It doesn't show the signs of it besides. And you got a Radio Shack sticker on the back. And it says Rhymes Electronics. I bet you this was sold at this Rhymes Electronics, which I got to go check that road. I know mine sold. Then the one that somebody's been trying to get off me forever and ever and ever. This is Dawn of the Dead. Nice clamshell Betamax there. And it's got a $69.95 price around. This was less than a quarter. Rhymes Electronics. And it just happens I got 2 of my favorite movies on Betamax. I have a third Betamax, but I can't find it right now. Some like 80s Suzanne Summers. It's like a sex comedy with her in it, like after she quit Three's Company. And it got picked up just because it was bad. I found a Betamax tape, I'm grabbing it, especially cheap, just because to me, nobody really, most people, VHS. You say VCR to people, they're thinking big-ass tapes like that, Maybe even that ugly Bugs Bunny eating a turd. Look at he's eating a turd. But, most people don't think of Betamax. And what happened was, why we ended up with a Betamax is when we got I don't think VHS was out on the market yet. I think this is one of those where you had Betamax out and VHS had not hit yet. But I'm not 100% sure on that. And my parents basically wanted a machine where this is in the 70s. These big, long miniseries aired like, every night of the week, a couple hours each night. They wanted to be able to record this so they didn't have to stay home and watch them. They record them, watch them the following weekend. And I want to say the big one they wanted to record, because the new was coming on, was Roots, but I'm not 100% sure on that. It might have been like Thornbirds or Shogun or Rich Man, Poor Man or Manuals of America. And every one of those I just named they own on DVD now, or Blu-ray in some cases. But, man, I love Betamax. So they got that Betamax player, just saying, from what I remember. Top loader. After This was sometime in 78, about 80, 81, and she got really hard to find places that would rent Betamax, like really hard. There's one store we knew of over in Alabama, which we weren't that far from Alabama. It was probably the same distance from there as any video store we went to in Pascagoula. But we go over there and rent, and then they tell us, look, we're getting rid of a lot of these. Nobody's hardly renting. So what we ended up doing was they're like, okay, fuck this. They got a VHS machine. Put it in the living room, just gave me the Betamax. Betamax went in my room, and I hauled that machine around all over the place. Like, once I finally realized, okay, look, I'm not going to stay down on the coast. Fuck this. I don't like this area. Every time I moved that machine with me, that thing was heavy. I just recently sold it for parts. I replaced the belts in. I had the belts and the capacitors replaced back in 2010, 11, or 12. I want to say 10 or 11 because I remember I had to find somebody who lived up in like Iowa and ship it to them. And they did all the repair work for me. Shipped it back, which wasn't cheap. And then it just got to where it was acting up, and the belt was good, the caps were good. I messaged the guy that I know that repairs me. He's like, man, he's going to be on your motherboard's probably going out. He goes, that's going to cost you more than the machine's worth. So I sold it to him for parts. He even paid for the shipping, so I'll pay for the shipping, so to me for parts. So that's my Betamax collection, and yeah, these are not for sale. Well, I mean, they are, but you have to get up off your wallet to get these off because I know what they're worth. Like this, I know this is about 60. This, I've not seen a copy of this go up in a long time, and this is it Magnetic Video? Let's see, I think it's Magnetic Video. Magnetic Video Corp. Too much light. Look at all this other stuff they got offered. Sound of Music, MASH, Patton, French Connection, African Queen, Touch Class, Graduate, Carnal Knowledge, Tor, Hello Dolly, The King. And it's almost everything on here is old. Blue Hawaii, Beneath 20 of the Eights, Desert Fox, Fantastic Voyage, Valley of the Dolls, Seduction of Mimi, Diary Anne Frank, Adventure Sherlock Holmes, Smarter Brother, Producers. A lot of stuff. And Dawn just talks about the movie. And here's a weird thing, though. I don't own Dawn on Blu right now currently. I have Dawn on DVD and Betamax. I got a DVD-R too because I got the extended mall hours cut. But I'm out, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. Man, if you did, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe, all the other bullshit. Talk to everybody later. Bye-bye.